Document this. This guy does not know how to keep quiet at night.
Who, me?
He can't sleep because he makes so much noise.
Colby?
No, you, Chris. First you put your hand on my face, and then you start staking my pillow saying that it was yours.
Nice.
I don't even remember that.
So I remember the third day, everybody's taking a look at the elevation map and they're going, this is insane. This is too long a climb. We're going to have to stop a bunch of times and everything. And I remember thinking 4 years ago that this didn't end up being nearly as big a deal as it looked.
We're just going to take 101 all the way south, 16 miles. And when we get to Leggett, you see that second sign there. You see the Highway 1, Fort Bragg. You're going to turn right there. You're just going to go Highway 1 all the way to McCarricker Park. 53.35 miles. There's nothing to it.
Oh man.
Last time we were here,
I wasn't expecting that to happen.
don't worry, he only got you on camera.
I know.
I felt like Chris was going to be able to make this ride because he really manned up on the second day. He never complained, other than to say we'd get to the top of a hill and he'd go, "Woo, that was tough."
I was focusing on like my pedaling the whole entire time to get a smooth pedal going, so it's like easier, I guess.
Oh, that was a really good ride.
Yeah,
That's probably one of my favorite.
I felt great after the first 2 days. I was just on a roll.
Yeah, being with other people, you always push yourself slightly harder than you would otherwise.
Yeah, you could draft off people, and drafting is the best thing to do during a bike ride, and it helps you out a lot.
It's riding very close together, and the person who's in the front of the group is the fellow that's breaking the wind. He's putting out more energy than anybody else. Everybody else is literally resting behind him. He's pulling them along in his vacuum.
between the drafting and the talking, you can definitely work less, and and the time flies by more as you're able to even talk about just how painful it is.
So there's that initial ascent up over the coastal range. So the first uphill, I was all wired up about, this is going to be hard, and I didn't even think about the second uphill. And the second uphill ended up being the one that just killed me.
It never turns down. It's a steep hill, and I think it was just a little bit lower than the first day. We typically would get to that hill midday, and the sun would be at your back. There's no wind there because you're being sheltered by all the coastal breezes by the Coast Range, and it's just blistering hot. And this time it wasn't. This time it was real pleasant, and I reached the summit and was really surprised. I kept thinking to myself, I must have missed something because we're going downhill now, and it's too much downhill. I knew that at that point that I was going to be able to do this ride, that I was going to be able to make this ride.
As you go through the trees,
It's way cool. It's
I
like
mean,
15 miles.
it's just so great. I mean, you just let go, probably ride faster than you should.
Yeah.
You know you're going to see the ocean. You can already tell there's a marine layer developed.
It's the very beginning of what's called the Lost Coast, and it's very rugged terrain. The cliffs are maybe as much as 100 feet, almost straight down to the ocean, to the beach. And it's huge vistas, just my kind of place.
It's like we get here the sounds of the ocean and like enjoy the view while we're riding.
We just looked out and kind of just watched the ocean for a little bit and then got back on the bike.
That downhill to the coast, from the coast on, is certainly my favorite part of it anyway. it becomes a very different ride at that point because you don't have these really big ups and downs. You know for the most part the heat's gone, and you can see where you're going for miles and miles and miles now. So it becomes somewhat of a head game as you're looking way down there. You really don't know how far you have to go.
I was thinking just nice, flat, and just going straight.
Oh, the coast is not flat.
Yeah.
At some points, you can look down the coast for days, and it can be a little overwhelming. That it doesn't look like I'm getting any closer to any place.
It was challenging, but like I made a goal. Like I wouldn't like stop. Everyone like had my back. Like they all wanted me to finish, so I like pushed myself even that much harder to finish the ride.
McArika is supposed to be, I believe it's one of the nation's most popular campsites.
Oh, it's nice. McArika's a pretty park.
Yeah, I mean, you're right on the water at McArika.
Yeah.
I was one of the last ones in the camp every day. So by the time I got to camp with Chris, everybody was ready to eat, including us.
Right there.
Wait for it.
Right there.
There you go. Do it. Boom.
Pizza was a really good idea.
That's a great idea. Yeah. You know, it's really the one time we kind of got out of the whole, you bike, you stop, you shower, you camp.
I thought it was a good choice. I like pizza.
I mean, I would get to camp and I would just beeline for my cot, throw it down there, get my stuff all set up so that when I showered I could come down and just throw myself on it.
The things that, as far as creature comforts that were absolutely, I was grateful for and thankful for was a shower as soon as I got there.
When you came out, it's freezing cold. Dave went in. What are you talking about?
Good for you
it's
guys.
Really warm.
All I know is that's the number one thing. Have I mentioned that showers are really important? And hot ones.